Hi, and welcome back to Kane. So today's video is Arknight content, which is what I want you to show you guys is previously I've doing 6 stars operator that I recommend you and 5 stars operator that I recommend you, and this time would be 4 stars. There aren't much of 4 stars that I want to recommend you, but there's maybe 6 of them. There's 6 of them which is I've been using and I feeling, oh, this is great. And yeah, so let's move on. Okay, let's start our number 1, which is Jessica. Jessica is a marksman which is attack the arrow enemy first. So basically you can say she is a extra budget, because in the early game there is a lot of resources management, and there's, well, when you're going to upgrade 6 star or promote 6 stars is going to take a lot of LMD. You can take a lot of money or resources, so she's the one that I recommend you to going first. But and her talent, I mostly recommend you to use her first skill, which is increase the next attack to 200%, because she consequently keep auto attacking because of her talent, which is also a lot same as Exia, which is fast cartridge with increased attack speed. And the second skill is attack plus 50% and 75% chance to dodge physical and arts attack. This is also good, but when her skill is down, is going to lower her DPS output, so I recommend you to use skill 1. And yeah, she's 4 stars, so it's easy to build. And yeah, let's head to next one. Alright, and let's head to the next one, which is Quora. Quora is a defender protector, which is just a normal defender, or you can say that, yeah, she's just a plain defender. You can say that she is an earlier version of Hoshiguma, because Hoshiguma is 6 stars, and yeah, like I said earlier, which is using a lot of resources to build her. And her skills, it's, you can say that it's especially for defense. Everything she does is just defense, which her talent is defense specialist, which plus your defense for 12%, her defense for 12%, which is damn a lot. And her skill, which is, I usually use the second one, which is she will stop attacking, and block +1, which is she will have 4 blocks, and defense plus 95%, which is insane at the level 7, and restore HP by 2% of her max HP per second, which is a lot because her HP is 2.8k, which is 2835. 2%, which means she'll heal you for 200, around 280 for 1 second. And I recommend her because she is going to provide you some of utility in the early game, but in the mid game to the end game you usually don't use her that much, because she'll less provide some utility, such as some mountains or the Scotty of the corrupting heart, and etc. But this one is 4 stars that you must go for an early game. So let's move on to third one. Okay, and the third one is Perfuma. Perfuma is a multi-target medic, or you can say is an AoE medic, or you can say that she is a lower version of Philiopsis, and which is she has a talent of healing per second, which is lavender fragrance, restore HP of allies by 5% of Perfume's attack per second, which is passive healing. This game's passive healing also works on the Juggernaut Defender. Okay, so I'll show you the Juggernaut Defender. For example, like Mudrock. Mudrock is a Juggernaut that cannot be healed by allies, but she can heal by an indirect healing, such as the Perfume talents, or a Scotty of Corrupting Heart, which is a bard which is heals around the area of her, or even the penance that usually used too, because she's a Juggernaut, which the Perfume talent works well on both of them. And her second skill is somehow can use, or even the first skill is good too, as same as every other medic, which increase her attack, and then she'll provide more healing of the Lavender Fragrance talent. So sometimes you use first skill and sometimes you use second skill, so go for her at the early game will be a good option. Let's move to the fourth one.
Now I am become death.
Alright, here's the fourth one, which is Podenko. Podenko is a diesel binder, which is the same as the previously that I recommend you, which is the Orchid. Orchid is a 3 stars operator, and this one is Podenko. Podenko is doing two utility, which is heal your allies or deal the damage with, and using the silence and deal the arch damage. So basically she is mostly used as a damage dealer and a slow user, because her talent, which is when deploy all support operator gain 9% attack if you don't have a potential 6, and this is because you have to use her as a damage dealer in the early game to mid game. And there is a chapter where an enemy, which you can, when you going through and through, you will find a spider. When you kill them, and they'll explode and deal a lot of damage to your operator. When in early game, then that your, what can I say, the HP of your operator isn't that high, and when they're exploded into your operator much, they'll just die. And so Podenko second skill is a really good one. You can just throw the vial and release a spore for 6, and this is mastery 3, and the enemies in the spore cloud will get silenced and receive 80% arch damage of every second of her attack, which is really good for a spider killer. And she's a 4 star, which is easy to build. Okay, then let's go to fifth one. This one is a fifth one, which I really recommend, which is Click, or in Japanese name is Kacha. And Click is a 4 star operator, which in the archetype of Make a Cord Caster, which is she has a drone and deals arch damage when the drones attack the same enemy. It will increase up to 110% of operator attacks, which is really good at early game, or even in the mid game, or even late game. You can use her as well, because her damage dealing and CC provide in her second skill, which is her attack range will expand, will be the same as the sniper, which is, okay, I'm going to show Jessica, in the left side at the down will be the same as Jessica. So her second skill will expand and her attack plus 70%. This is mastery 3, and release a drone to attack enemy and grant 70% to stun enemy for 1 second. This is a CC or crowd control provide caster, and she doesn't deal that bad damage because she has her and her drone to attack the enemy. And this is a 4 star. This is a 4 star that is really easy to build, and dealing around mid damage to high damage. This one is a CC dealer that you must build her. And yeah, maybe the veteran of Arknights may know that the 6th one what it's going to be. So let's move on. Hello, and welcome to the most variable operator in this Arknights game, which is Myrtle. Myrtle, or Japanese name is Teninka. Myrtle is a 4 star standard bearer, or you can call a flag bearer vanguard. What her do isn't wow, that deals so much damage. Wow, that deals so much of art pure damage. What she deals provides you is an SP. In the early game, I don't recommend you that much to build her, but in the mid to late game or even end game, I really recommend to build her because in her first skill, which is support beta, this is mastery 3 and stop attacking and recover 14 DP over the skill's duration, which is really good, and she costs only 8 when she potential 6, and you know she's a 4-star, which is really easy to find potential to upgrade her to max, and you don't even have to max level her. You can just upgraded her to elite 2, which is I fully promoted, and you just take her, make her level 1. You can keep her like that even in the end game, but I upgrade her because she's the most variable operator in in the game. So mostly we'll use this first skill because she just here to provide the SP in the early game. The second you can use too, but that is going to spend a lot of SP to bait, because you know even in the mastery 3 it would be cost around 25 or 20, but a star SP would be around 7 to 10, which you have to wait a lot of time. But this is support beta when you just have to wait around only 10 seconds to activate her first skills, and then her talent, which is glistening. All Vanguard operator recover 25 per second when Murrow is deployed, which is provides the healing in the early game. Really good too if you have a 2 Vanguard in your team, which is I recommend, you know, mostly in the endgame team you will bring the Myrtle with a bagpipe, which is the broken strategy, because bagpipe's talent is going to when this unit in squad, all Vanguard operator gain +6 initial SP. Okay, so +6 initial SP is 13 +6 is 19, and there you only have 1 to 1.5 seconds to get her skill. She's amazing. Go build her in the mid game as fast as possible. The most variable player. And that is all operators that I recommend you to build, even the mid game or in the late game, or you can say that the recommended 4 stars operator. And there is some of them which I didn't add on the list, which is still provides a lot of utility to. For example, like Gummy, you can say that she's good, but she's a Saria budget, or no, she's a Saria budget, but you know, in the early game everything is matter. Even the LMD, you have to use everything so precisely to make your teams and go through the chapter. And yeah, and even the courier is a really good Vanguard too. Okay, so let's show you. Here is courier is a really good Vanguard in the early game too, which is free in their certificated shop. And Gummy is really good too, because she's a Neural and Saria budget, because she can provide heal too, which is a decent amount of heal, which isn't that bad. And even Shirayuki is a really good artillery man, which is AoE sniper too. And some of them is what your choice is, but this is my recommended choice. And that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed my videos, and I'll see you next one. Peace.